Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Gadget Lab Show. I'm Michael Calori.
And I'm Nathan Olivares-Giles.
So in the next couple of days, you're going to hear a lot of talk from Apple about who knows what.
Yep.
You're going to hear a lot from Microsoft. They have a new tablet launching. They have a new phone system launching. They have a new desktop operating system launching. But before all that happened, the big G, Google, surprised us with an announcement of a new piece of hardware, and it is this.
The new Samsung Chromebook.
How much does it cost?
$249.
Wow, that's amazing.
Tell me about it.
And that's the big story here. It's a $250 laptop. It's something that has been done, but not quite so well. There was the one laptop per child project, which is sort of the inspiration for this.
Yes.
Since this is used in schools.
Yep, Sundar Pichai, who's actually Google's senior vice president who oversees all things Chrome OS, Chrome browser, Chromebooks. He basically talked about, growing up in India, being amazed by computers, not having access to them until he got to college, and now today wanting to see a lot of students, whether they're in the US or India, with a lot of machines like this. Low cost, decently fast computers that can take a beating, not too bad, pretty durable.
And it looks unabashedly like the MacBook Air.
MacBook Air.
And it's around the same size. It's 2.5 pounds.
Yep.
And it's about 0.8 inches thick.
Yep. Has an 11-inch screen, and it's not too bad. It's a pretty good laptop as long as you're living in Google's ecosystem. If you're using Gmail, if you're using Google Docs, if you're using Google Calendar, if you're using Chrome apps, you're going to be right at home here. If you are using, SkyDrive and Hotmail, or if you're using all iCloud stuff, this might not work for you.
It's kind of hard to fight against it. Like, basically, show me an internet user who's not a Google user at this point. But if you don't have a Gmail account, then this isn't the device for you. Because everything within Google's operating system is, of course, tuned to work with Google's devices, tuned to work with Chrome OS. So you'll have a great experience on this machine if you're living entirely within Google's ecosystem.
Yeah. Now, earlier this year, and actually in May, Google released a $449 Chromebook, which we really liked a lot. It's a machine that I actually still use almost every single day.
Also made by Samsung.
That looks a whole lot like this.
Bring it out here.
All right. Here it is. It's a little bit thicker. It's actually like, an inch thick. It's about 3-ish pounds.
Yeah, a little over that.
Yeah, but there's some notable differences here. This new Chromebook, the $250 one, uses a dual-core Exynos processor from Samsung.
That's an ARM processor.
It's an ARM processor. It's like what you'd see in a smartphone or a tablet. But this older, slightly more expensive one uses a traditional dual-core Intel chip like you'd see in any other Windows PC or any Mac.
Yeah, which means the fans run like crazy all the time.
This has no moving parts inside, so there are no fans. It runs super silent. It's a little bit slower than this model. It's really good for email and basic web stuff, really casual surfing, a little bit of homework, that's fine. But if you want to play a lot of games, do some light photo or video editing, you're probably not going to want to pick this machine up at all.
Yeah, just using this one for a couple of hours now, I've found that you have to wait for the page to fully load before the scroll action on the trackpad really actually fully kicks in and is super responsive.
Yep.
It's a little on the slow side. The other piece of Google hardware is something from Motorola, and it is an Android phone.
Yep. Here we have the Motorola Razr HD. So it's the latest Motorola smartphone. It's a follow-up to the Droid Razr that came out last year.
So how many Razrs are there now?
Droid Razr Max, Razr M, Razr HD, Razr Max HD 5.
Wow.
Oh, plus the Razr I 6.
Wow.
6 Razrs in the last year.
That's a lot of Razrs. So what sets this one apart?
Well, here, basically, you have an HD screen. You have a 720p screen, which looks really great. It's still a pen-tile display, so it doesn't look as good as what you're going to see on LCD displays such as the HTC One X or your new iPhone 5 or 4S. But the pixel density is so good that a lot of the jagged edges and problems with contrast that you see in a lot of pen-tile displays you're not going to see here unless you're holding the phone like really close.
Is like a deal breaker for consumers? Is it something that when people go to buy a phone, they're like, oh, well, I have to have this screen or that screen?
Here, this is really the first pen tile display that I kind of feel like I could almost live with. The Galaxy S3 also has a pen tile display. That one's not too bad.
Kind of feel like I could almost live with.
Well, it looks good. It looks good.
Oh, okay.
And it's a fast phone and it's a great phone. But honestly, it's like, you know, if you bought a brand new car and you love the way it looks on the outside and it's fast, gets the mileage you want, but you know, the seats just don't fit the way that you want. You're going to be sitting in it every day. You want to feel comfortable. You want to love this phone for the next 2 years of your life.
Wow. Good analogy.
So if pick it up, go to the store. If you like it and you dig it, do it. But me, you know, I don't know. There's better displays out there.
You're not sold on the pen tile yet.
Not totally, not totally. Otherwise, it's a great phone.
So that we'll add that to the stack of Razrs. And in the meantime, you can check out all of our coverage of the Microsoft announcement, the Apple announcement, which is happening on Tuesday. You can read our review of the Surface tablet. You can check out all of our coverage on Gadget Lab. And until then, we'll see you next time.